about changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit, man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago, they ain't understand. Riding by myself in this coupe, I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace, I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend, we should try again. You been on my mind, you should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl, you know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I...
Yeah, it's goddess. And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo. We stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running, what you thought we bleed that? It's only one team over here, this Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out. Now don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L.
31 teams in the NFL. His system is designed to stop 25 teams.
Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. He's gone, so no.
Let's talk about that.
But yeah, that's a long part. That's a long part of your
I gotta
team.
make this point because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I gotta get this out before it flees me, and the nation needs to hear this.
Are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? And listen, in the middle is the most ratchet, evil, despicable, conniving person in North America.
Whoa.
Not just Alabama, but North America as a whole.
That's crazy. I done moved up in the world, man. Salute to everybody, man. Shout out to the Cowboy Nation. Hey, but you know what I'm saying? I gotta bang my Spurs today. You know what I'm saying? We got the number 2 pick, and we feeling like it's winning time, man. You know what I'm saying? No basketball, but I'm just excited. So I had to bang my Win Beyond my shirt. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm feeling great about it, man. Salute to the liquor store. Salute to the trap. Salute to the West Coast, man. We in here.
Indeed.
Let's do it.
And hey, shout out to my boy Tuck in the building, man. CFO gang in the building.
J
Salute
Tuck.
to you. And listen, this man lying. You ain't retiring, dog.
Nah, we ain't gonna allow that shit, dog.
Yeah, nah. He gonna think we having a regular phone conversation the whole time we live. He gonna be making content he don't even know about it. So, hey.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him, and then he just don't know we gonna be live.
Yeah, we gonna be live as hell.
He think we having a private conversation. It's gonna be like what Kanye said. I'm on TV talking like it's just you and me. That's how you gonna be.
Facts. Hey, Wes, you here, man?
We don't know.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, broski.
Let's
Do I
do it.
sound clear?
You sound clear, man.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, let's get it, man. Cause listen, we already went through the portal, man. This ain't even this ain't even the regular liquor store. This ain't the regular trap. Like the weed that West got right now got a little bit something else in it right now, dog. We in the twilight zone.
See, Hen, if you was really like that, if you was really gangster like that, you would have did something weird in the beginning of the show, like giving me a compliment, right? You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like that would have been strange and you know what I'm saying, out of the ordinary, right? Like,
But see,
you ain't even cold like that.
It don't even
man.
get that strange.
You ain't even cold like
Nah,
that.
cause
Man.
listen, no matter what dimension, no matter what world we in, landlord is still ain't gonna be shit.
That's terrible.
So you know, we just gotta go ahead and get out the way. They understand it. You know, it's like a fixed point in time. You know, they say you try to go back in time and change something that keep happening.
You know
every point in time, landlord just ain't shit.
You gotta try to time travel to find when I was shit, but it just don't work. You just end up keep going back and back. So I guess I feel you, man.
So
But hey, Tuck said he'll be counsel before he retired. Yeah, my bad.
hey, it is what it is, man.
I have a censor button on go.
So, dog, we're going to talk. Listen, this is the Twilight Zone. We're going to talk about some crazy ass scenarios.
Strange.
Because listen, what made the Twilight Zone, at least like the early season, so crazy is like some of the shit could have happened. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the shit could have happened, and that would add to the suspense and the mystery to the shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about some scenarios, Dallas Cowboy, NFC East related, that are crazy, but shit could happen.
Crazy but possible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So we're going to start with one, man. We're going to start with one. We're going to open the door. We're going to go. We're going to go. So listen, we're in the Twilight Zone. See? We're in the Twilight Zone. We got cars trying to fly through the living room.
It's crazy.
Hey, it is what it is. So, like, listen. This is one of the West Coaster memes, by the way. So salute the West Coast for this one.
Salute.
Cause we've been hearing about it. Scotty wanting to run the ball, win in the trenches, run the football, be multiple, all the other good stuff he's talking about. What if we can't? What if these running backs really ain't shit? What if Miles Sanders really washed? What if Javonte Williams' knees really made out of silly putty? What if Jaden Blue really a slot back playing running back and he can't hit no holes like he supposed to and he's still fumbling the ball? What if all that is true and the Dallas Cowboys still got to go out here and throw the ball 40 times?
I mean, Wes want to start it off since it's his, or
yeah, I think Wes should start it off since it's his. If he ain't been kidnapped or anything like that, man.
I'm still. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh yeah, dude, man. I feel like it's definitely something that's possible. And then if it was something that was to happen, the first thing that comes to my mind is, do the Cowboys value the running back position as badly as they valued the wide receiver position in 2018 when it was kind of the same scenario but just a different position? It was like the wide receiver position, and they went and traded a first round pick for Amari Cooper. Now, I don't know if there's a running back out there that's worth trading a first round pick that's available. But, and also we also got to remember the Cowboys was 8 games into the season before they realized, oh, damn, wide receiver by committee ain't going to work. So, at all, yeah. So, my two caveats to this is like, one, when do they find this out? Like, because, man, Cowboys be having these preseason gods, man. These guys just be looking like crazy in preseason and go out there and in the regular season and not be able to produce. And then my second thing is, if it happens, do the Cowboys take it as seriously as they did, and do they wait as long? You know what I'm saying? And if you take it as serious, do they go get another running back? But I mean, it's weird because At the end of the day, I can easily see the Cowboys looking at Dak and being like, bro, we play you $60 million. You should be able to throw the ball 40 times. But at the same time, that's not necessarily his game, and you knew that before you paid him. So that's my piece on it.
I'll say this. With the weapons you have, and this is also going to be dependent on if the offensive line hold up, because the offensive line can pass protect, and Dak Prescott actually has time to get through, full field reads, get the ball out in a timely manner, actually find George Pickens on some of these deeper routes. You'll win some games. You just won't be able to compete. You won't be able to contend. You won't be able to contend like you're supposed to be able to contend. Because you can win some games throwing the ball around the yard. Because look at your schedule. Even with the teams that you have on the docket, you still got some supposed to be wins on there. Like, regardless of what you say about the Giants, and we'll get to the Giants a little bit later on too, because we got some shit about them. They still have one of the worst defenses, at least when it comes to secondary. They still have one of the worst secondaries in the NFC. They have not fixed that secondary at all. When you talk about that secondary, when you talk about the Panthers, you should be able to beat the Panthers. You should be able to beat the Bears. There's a lot of teams on here that you can go out there, put the ball in Dak Prescott's hand, have him sling the ball around to CeeDee Lamb with George Pickens, and you can come out on top playing in that manner. The issue is with all the other gangsta-ass teams that you got, they ain't finna go for none of that. They ain't finna go for none of that. Like, they can rush the passer. They got great secondaries. They can get exotic with they blitz packages and where to bring the pressure from. Shout out to the original people too for the cash out too, man. He said for food. Listen, we trying to feed the streets right now, so I appreciate my brother, the original people right now, man. He one of the realest, man.
Salute on my side too, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Real talk.
Yes, indeed. So we have the ability to win games. The issue is, can you win a Super Bowl like that? And I don't think you really can. Like, I know people don't really know this about what Saquon Barkley did this year. Saquon Barkley had the third most rushing yards in playoff history. In playoff history, he had the third most rushing yards. To put that in perspective, Saquon Barkley had more rushing yards this year than Emmitt Smith did in either one of our championship runs. That's how crazy Saquon Barkley went. And we talking about Dak Prescott throwing us to victory in the postseason. That shit ain't gonna happen like that, bro.
Yeah, it typically don't happen. I could say that, But is it possible? Because this is Twilight Zone, you know what I'm saying? Anything's possible. What it is? Spontaneously combust right now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what might happen. But I could say one team that did it successfully was the greatest show on turf. They ended up getting a ring off of that too. But I know they had a run game. It went all passing. But still, them boys did it. You feel what I'm saying? So I think it can be done. I don't see us doing it, but it can be done. I feel like we could be very successful. Okay, let's say, for instance, if we can be super, super crazy in the pass game, right? And then heat up in the playoffs as far as the run game go. Because you can throw the ball 40 times a game and then, you know what I'm saying, heat up. Because that's pretty much what a lot of teams do. They lean heavily on the run in the playoffs. They might not lean on it all year, but they lean on it in the playoffs. Like, even Peyton used to throw the ball a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? I know he had good rushers, but we know, except for that Denver championship, most of Peyton's stuff was driven by him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the maestro. He was the one who was orchestrating everything. So you wouldn't even look at that team and say nobody other than Peyton and Marvin Harrison, and you'll probably next think of maybe Dwight Freeney and then Bob Sanders or somebody. It'll be defense after that. Yeah, it'll be straight offense, Peyton and Marvin. Then you'll think of Dwight Freeney and Bob Sanders and stuff. So, I mean, it's possible. It's not the normal success formula for football, of course, but it's a different question between us saying can we be successful and can we win a championship off of that. You know what I'm saying? It's a different question. So I say if we could be successful, for sure with our wide receiver core, I think we'll go crazy doing that. And hold your stomach. I mean, hold your food down. It's gonna be games where we gonna have to do that. Believe it or not. And I believe this Eagles game gonna be one of the games that we gotta do it. Like I don't see us. Even with a boosted up gangster thugged out line like we say we got now, even with this gangster line, I just don't see us being able to consistently run on the Eagles like that. And if we can, I'm happy.
Kudos.
I'm happy. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I don't think it's smart to go in banking on that. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, we gonna run on the Eagles. Did y'all see what them boys just did to the Chiefs? Like, I don't think that's a good game plan to go in here and think we just finna push them around. So, yeah, Dallas Clark and Reggie Wayne, yeah, they had their moments too. You know what I'm saying? They was big parts of that success too. But my key was that it was offensive. A lot of it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Peyton's success was offensive. And he only rode the defense like that in Denver. You know what I'm saying? He rode the defense then because he was old and just came off a neck surgery and all that. But, yeah, he pretty much was the driving force of his success. So, I mean, like I said, it's possible. Then you had Arena League Kurt do it. I mean, it's possible, bro. It's possible, but I wouldn't recommend far as championship go.
I was gonna say this and then I'll let West go again. Like maybe more true for Peyton. With what you said with Peyton first ring, that may be more true. It's sort of weird when you look at the greatest show on turf. Like Marshall Faulk ran for over 1,300 yards during the regular season, they Super Bowl run.
Mm-hmm.
In the 3 playoff games, he only had 82 rushing yards.
See what I'm saying? Like, in my head, bro, I know the real principles of football. I know you need defense and you need to run. But I'm also educated enough to understand that this stuff goes by a game-by-game scenario. Like, look at Tuck. Tuck saying the same thing. We gonna abandon that run so quick. If the Eagles line is who I think they are who we thought they were. You know what I'm saying? If I'm on that type of time, I'm not going in. That's not my game plan, bro. Like, let me know. Of course, we got Mr. Running Down Ball in the house, so I'm not shying away from that. But what I am saying is, you got 2 inexperienced corners over there, and you got 2 dope ass receivers. I would be crazy to go in here talking about running the ball all day. Real talk, in my opinion. Cause look at that defensive line. Which one you think is the weakest link? They D-line or they corners? And I know they corners are young and talented, but I think that's like we got the kryptonite for them guys. I think we do easily on our wide receiver core.
Well, I'll say this, then I'll let West go. If we had a fire-ass running back that I could trust, I might say, well, we gonna still need to try.
We don't have to try now.
Yeah, I don't trust. Yeah, if your running back is part of your big 3, he one of your best players on your team, you give him the football.
Yeah,
that's not the case for Dallas right now.
It's not. No.
So I think if the plan to get the ball into your best player's hand, your best players are Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens at this point in time. But Wes, what are your thoughts on that though?
Yeah, then they don't even got that much of crazy pass rush either.
I think you got to first do what you got to do what you're capable of doing well first. You know what I'm saying? You always got to lead with your strength. I don't think that the Dallas Cowboys, what day we play Philadelphia Eagles?
Shit, the 4th, September the 4th.
The first game.
I don't think on September 4th the Dallas Cowboys will even know who their starting running back is. So you can't even create a game plan around. I mean, listen to me. A guy is gonna have to start because a guy's gonna have to go out there first. That's just kind of how it works. You know what I'm saying? Like older brother is the older brother because he was born first. You know what I'm saying? So someone's going to go out there and be the running back number 1 because he's going to be the first guy on the field. But I don't think there's going to be a guy that Jerry Jones in press conferences is going to be like, hey, like he was with Ezekiel Elliott when he was like, when we had a real running back and he spoke about him all the time. We had Rod Smith on the team at that time. We even had Alfred Morris at one point on their team, but he never spoke
Darren
about those
McFadden.
guys. He never spoke about those guys the way he spoke about Ezekiel Elliott. Why? Because Ezekiel Elliott was a number one actual running back. When you have a committee, you speak about your running back room, as we are speaking about right now. When Zeke was the clear running back on this team, we never talked about our room. We didn't give a damn about the room. We cared about 21. You know what I'm saying? So if you're speaking about your room, that means because you don't have an individual. You know what I'm saying? So come September 4th, the Cowboys will not know who their starting running back is or who their dominant back is going to be. So them going out there and saying they're going to beat the Eagles by running the ball, that should not even be close to a game plan for this game. Now, the next time you play them, that might be the game plan for that game. But for this first game right out the gate, and to be honest with you, that's like I was last week, and I was just thinking, actually, I wasn't even this thought actually came on a conversation I had with him because we talked on the phone the next day, and there are so many reports about all these all these running backs, catching passes at practice, all these guys catching passes. Then it dawned on me, well, it makes sense because think about who's throwing the ball. The Dallas Cowboys ain't seen none of them dudes. I was going to say NIGGA. The Cowboys ain't seen none of them niggas. I'm going to go ahead and say they ain't seen none of them niggas throw the ball. They ain't seen Dak throw the ball in 7 months. They've never seen Joe Milton throw the ball as a Dallas Cowboy. And then the backup quarterback, who is he? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, right now, it already looks as if the Dallas Cowboys are telling you what they're going to lean on to begin the season, and that is your $60 million quarterback and your $30 million wide receiver, which you should. Because between Dak, CeeDee Lamb, and Pickens, that's $100 million right there. So the money says that you should lead. Like, honestly, right now, if the Dallas Cowboys were coming out here saying that they're going to lead with their running backs, that would make sense because the names at the running back are not better than the names at the wide receiver room. You know what I'm saying?
That made perfect sense to me. And listen, and we talking about for like the full game. Like we talking for the full season. So I'll tell you this right here before we move on to another one. If Dak Prescott and them are out there throwing the ball 40 times a game, Dak Prescott is going to throw for like 45 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He going to make a Pro Bowl team. He might win comeback player of the year. We know he ain't going to win MVP because they don't fuck with Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks. Roger Staubach didn't win an MVP. Troy Aikman didn't win an MVP. Tony Romo. Dak Prescott ain't going to get MVP because they don't fuck with Dallas Cowboys quarterbacks like that. It just is what it is. He going to put up great numbers. He'll win comeback player of the year. He'll be a Pro Bowler. He might get a second team All-Pro. And we're going to get our ass bounced in the first round of the playoffs because being a one-dimensional offense, when you go up against the best defenses in the National Football League, you're not going to come out on top of those matchups more times than not.
Well, I'll say this though. Shout out to who said that comment, because we try to operate in fact over here. Joker World. Shout out to him. Yeah, I just looked it up, Joker World, because I wanted to see how truthful was that. It says the game was November the 5th, 2023. We had 73 rushing yards in Philadelphia. And December the 10th, we had 133 rushing yards. Now, was some of that when the game was out of hand? That's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying? When we just running the ball just because we don't have a chance in the world. Like, we was getting blew out both of those games, actually. So, after you concede, you just start running the ball. You know what I'm saying?
I have to go back and look. But
I have to see, was some of those like conceded rushing yards, or was that in the active when it was still competitive type rushing yards? But hey, they still rushing yards nonetheless, though. I'll say that. So
which is
that's
fair.
interesting, Mr. Joker World. Good comment.
Shout out to Donnie Holmes too.
Salute to Dono Holmes and salute to the intro guys in the building. What's happening?
Salute Peace Landlord and all the real ones in the trap. Salute my boy Justin Kitchen. Salute to you. All right, let's go back down to the tunnel to the Twilight Zone. You ain't got nothing else to add, do you?
Nah, I think we killed it. Let's do it.
Shit, let's do it.
You unlock.
All right. Now, this is one I came up with. We talk about running backs. Let's spin the block on some other Twilight Zone stuff that could possibly happen with this running back room. Now, I heard a lot of y'all, because listen, I've been very straightforward with y'all about what I think about Jadon Blue. I don't think that boy like that. Just straight up and down. I do not think Jadon Blue, at least year one, is this great dynamic back, and he was not even that in college. That boy was down the depth chart, got thrust into action due to injuries ahead of him. He got a fumbling issue, you know what I'm saying? A converted wide receiver. Like, he got athleticism, he got explosiveness. I have my questions about Jadon Blue. So I don't believe that he's this great dynamic back. But what
we don't believe you. We need more
people.
Yeah.
What they know about that, man?
They don't know nothing about that, man. But yeah, I ain't mean to interrupt you. I was
No, you
adding.
good.
I was just adding on. Go ahead.
Listen, you a professional, so I need a nigga to add some hype to the shit.
Yeah, that was just a little ad lib.
Yeah.
But yeah, far as Mr. Jadon Blue, I'm not a big believer either. Like, when I say that, I'm saying like in the terms of him being a number one back, somebody that we can depend on, down in, down out, for that 5 yards, them nasty, ugly yards. I don't know if he about that. I don't know if he like that. I don't know if he living that type of life. I'm not sure. So that'll be something we have to see. And, I'm looking at it like, if he's anything like they saying he is, that the people that love him, the people that are high about him,
Put context to it. Tell me the names of the people they said that he is.
I've been hearing people say
Tony Dorsett,
Barry
Jahmyr
Sanders,
Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs. Who else they said?
They said a more explosive Tony Pollard.
Kamara. They said him. I seen a lot of people saying a lot of crazy, wild type of comparisons. And I just hope it's true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not rooting
Zone.
against the guy.
This
I'm
is
not
Twilight
rooting against
Zone.
the guy. But let's just say he get in the game, boom, he breaking for 75-yard touchdown.
First play of the game. Oh, shout out to Dono Home for the
touch.
cash out too, man. I just seen it. You are the GOAT, and I appreciate you.
Salute to Dono, man. I already know how he rocking. So, hey, we appreciate you, man. Whatever you do, we appreciate everybody that support the show. We appreciate you if you're here. Just hit that like and share for the squad that will not charge a card. We appreciate y'all, man.
But yeah, man, there's a lot of people singing the praises of Jadon Blue, and they're saying that he has similar traits to former first-round picks.
See, shout out to Joker World. I like people that's level. You know what I'm saying? Not nobody that's too crazy. I don't like extremists. You know what I'm saying? So he said to be fair, he don't know. Hey, it's nothing wrong with saying I don't know sometimes.
You got to fact
Like,
check sometimes.
all right, listen to this. This is a telltale sign for every single Cowboy fan in the nation. If your content creator don't never say I don't know sometimes, they is phony as a $3 bill. They are fraudulent. I promise you. Sometimes the correct answer is I don't know. I promise you. We don't know everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some of us got connections out here. Some of us got inside people. All of that is great. But it's still stuff that sometimes the answer is I don't know. I need to go check. Or I got to look into that. If your content creator don't say things like this, bro, I promise you he fraudulent. I'm sorry.
Nah, for real talk.
Or she. You know what I'm saying?
She. But, hey, I say this to piggyback on what you're saying. Because listen, I'm not going to even put landlord in it. Both me and landlord thought Michael Parsons did not get sacks on third down.
Yeah,
I felt that
facts.
in my spirit.
I felt like he was not impactful enough on third down. I was ready to go to war about it. I might have came out here with a campaign like, hey, Michael, we need this right here. And I was wrong.
Yeah, like,
I was wrong.
We
I was sadly mistaken.
We were talking about it early one morning. I just got to work. I had a little bit of time before I started my caseload. And I looked it up. Most of this nigga sacks is on third down.
Most of his sacks on third down. That's what's so crazy.
Most of his sacks on third down.
See, when you operate in fact, bro, we don't operate in ego. We operate for truth and fact. You know what I'm saying? We really trying to inform our fan base, bro. It ain't about us looking
being
like
right.
the greatest people ever. Like, bro, we trying to give y'all real information here. And I swear to God, look, shout out to Tuck. Man, I promise you, I would have came on here and been like, Micah, don't do this. Micah, don't do that. Because I try to hold everybody accountable. Bro, if y'all ain't noticed this, I know I say this a lot. But if you don't follow me, if you don't know no better, I fight for the truth, bro. I don't care who it make look good or bad. It is what it is. The truth is the truth. Like, just like, I'm going to tell y'all a secret, and we going to move on. Mm-hmm. Listen, when CD Lamb, when all the Eagle fans was saying that, what's his name? Who? The rookie DB? Quintamino Bay, what they was calling it.
Yo, Quinyon Mitchell.
When I seen Quinyon Mitchell and all the Eagle fans saying that they locked CD up, I went to go look at that. I got to see it, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I literally went to go look at it. I'm like, listen. Whatever this film say, I'm gonna tell the truth. That's just me. You might not be able to get that from other people. Like, real talk, if that film says CD was getting locked up, I was gonna make it like a motivational speech. Like, CD, ain't nowhere in hell you supposed to let this rookie lock you up, bro. I was gonna come like that, bro. I'm gonna give you the real facts of what I seen. Man, I looked at that tape, man. That boy had 3 reps against CD.
Man, exactly. He still had a catch in one.
That boy had 3 reps against CD. One arm was a catch, and one arm he did lock him up. I mean, come on now. And one arm wouldn't even throw to him. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is, bro.
They said they try to turn landlord to a Micah hater.
Yeah, I mean, nah, bro. I just felt like he didn't. That's what made me curious enough to go find the answers. Because I'm like, bro, I see other people like getting script sacks and stuff and like actually being very impactful for the deciding factors of the game. But then it just felt like, bro, where Micah be at sometimes. I just had to go look, bro. It's just one of them things.
Yeah.
That's all.
And listen, Michael Parsons, when we look,
shit. That motherfucker be getting
third down. And like really, because we don't ever make people punt. Like the only time we make people punt, it seems like when Michael Parsons supposed to start.
Yeah. Hey, salute to the original people, bro. We ain't no better than y'all. We just put a little more work in. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's what value we bring to y'all. Y'all got jobs and lives and stuff. Some of this stuff y'all don't got time to look into. That's why we here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We put a little more time in and look at a little more stuff. That's all. That's the only difference here between us. We got a little connections in the space too. You know what I'm saying? We got a little connections. But other than that, bro, we the same folks.
Exactly. And hey, man, let's talk about this bizarro world shit. What would it mean? What if they are right about Jadon Blue? What if I'm wrong? You know, all the scouting I did and all the research and all the other shit. What if that, like, Hitty, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. I told you Jadon Blue was like that. What if Jadon Blue does go out this motherfucker and go crazy? What would that mean for the Dallas Cowboys in 2024-5?
This dude has a picture of his face on his hat, on his head.
Yeah. Ooh. That's my logo, though.
I didn't notice it the whole time.
The only person that has a picture of himself.
It's a logo, though. I'm not that conceited. It's just my logo.
It has the hair and everything. That's dope.
Yeah. But, man, if Jadon Blue could be anything close to what they saying, this team we could win a Super Bowl, I feel like. Real talk. If he can run us to victory type shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he that dope to where we can just feed him, man, please. This team would be ridiculous.
Yeah, we be unstoppable. Because remember, they're comparing him to Tony. Remember, we talk about what the fans are saying. If the fans are right about Jadon Blue, the Jadon Blue hype from the fans are saying Tony Dorsett, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh, if he them boys,
faster Tony Pollard.
Super Bowl.
They describe this man like they made him in a lab. So if that is true, like we going crazy. Mr. Run the damn ball, he up $1 million if that's the case.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. If I put it to you like this, if Jadon Blue is real, then that means that the Chargers kind of overspent and the Raiders kind of overspent because they all spent first-round picks for starting running backs, whom I'm assuming are going to look like starting all 3 down purpose backs. And if you mean the Dallas Cowboys was able to find theirs in what round exactly? He would probably be. I mean, Jadon Blue I mean, you gotta say it like this: if Jadon Blue is what the fans say he is, then he's gonna be offensive rookie of the year. So that's what you need to ask yourself. Like, did the Dallas Cowboys draft the offensive rookie of the year? Because if they drafted the offensive rookie of the year, then he's gonna be. That's ooh, you know what I mean? Like
on accident. Because remember, you draft a running back in the 5th round. You just thought that he gonna be a rotational guy, first year. Like we knew about Bucky Irvin, but even when Tampa Bay drafted him, they had a running back already. The plan wasn't Bucky Irvin to take over and go crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if it's found money in there.
I swear, bro, I liked it, Bucky, bro. That was the first back I was excited about. Like, his take was so fun to me. And then next thing you know, he's on another team. Like, it's sad. And then he went crazy. So just imagine if he the only running back of that class, ain't he?
He's the only rookie running back to go for over 1,000 yards last year.
But they don't be listening to the landlord, though. I mean, hey, I ain't the best ever. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably like the next tier, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I be hitting, though. I be hitting, too, bro. I be hitting. Like, if the people that follow me, they know. If you don't know no better, hey, if you know, you know. I'm just saying.
Facts.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like, that's why I said, like, when you put it in that context, is Jadon Blue, did the Cowboys draft the offensive rookie of the year? Because that's what he would be if he did that. If he did anything, especially at the 5th round, because that's more of as a first round pick, you're expecting 1,000 yards from all those from the boy from Oakland. I know one from Las Vegas. We expecting 1,100 yards from him. You know what I'm saying? And then the boy that went North Carolina to the Chargers, you're expecting. I'm expecting 1,000 yards and 500 yards receiving from him. He gonna catch the ball.
Crazy, bro. If he come out and rush for more than Ashton.
If he rushed for like more
that'll be
than
crazy.
Ashton Jeanty, do you remember what we were talking about with Ashton Jeanty? We were talking about trading up to try and get Ashton Jeanty. Yeah. Like us in the space, us that really wanted to get that generational running back. We were talking about giving up assets to go get Ashton Jeanty because he could be that 3-down back and we can get back to old school football and be physical. If you get there with a 5th round pick, dog, and you still were able to get Tyler Booker and do everything else you did, dog.
I sat on my hat, my bad.
Hey, listen, CFO, I know what the truth is.
Why you had to announce that?
I know what the truth is. No, this is why it's called the Twilight Zone. This is when crazy shit actually happens.
Landlord laugh.
He's crazy. Hey, that should be a death sentence for me.
On the microphone. Landlord gonna listen to everything and react to everything that's said on the microphone.
Hey, he said, I sat on my hat. Like, why you had to tell him? That shit crazy.
Yours is looking all fly. If you had to rank the hats right now, Landlord is easily number 1. I don't know, man. I don't know. He still got the tag on their hat under it. It's peeling off. Yeah, I'm coming in a horrible third. I'm running.
It's crazy.
A horrible third is insane.
Third, man. That's why I had to announce it. The hat's not like this. I just sat on it. My bad. I'm looking at the hat. The hat tier up here, and I'm easily Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
The hat tier is so crazy.
Lord is Patrick Mahomes. And I'm easily Joe Flacco.
That is crazy.
Hat tier is so crazy, but
hey, for real, man.
You know you be fly when you say stuff like that. A hat tier. Like,
I'm just saying,
you gotta
man,
rank that
look
shit.
At your hats, I just feel like I'm not I'm a poor representation. And then I know my boy Tuck probably got his run the damn ball hat on right now. So he like, damn, West Coast. Looking bad up there, bruh. So I know.
You're looking bad up there.
But that boy said, take that monkey off. You embarrassing.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. This is how. Listen, I'm gonna give you a better example. The landlord's hat is the wide receiver room. Henny's hat is the tight end room. My hat is the running back room.
And run the damn ball.
There you go. For my people who need a visual, Landlord's hat is the wide receiver room. It's all nice, and he look like he fresh off the print. He probably autographed your own hat. Yeah, he did. I'd be doing it too. Ain't no shame in it. I made it.
I wish I would have. That's dope too. I'm gonna do it now.
But his hat is easily the wide receiver room. It just looked good. It looked like a $30 hat. Like that looked like a hat you should pay for $30, right? Looked like a $35 hat. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what we're paying for. We're paying $35 million for a dude to catch the ball. Then you got the tight ends over here. They looking like that hat look like it's gonna look nice depending on who wear it, and that's exactly what I Because if I had that hat on, y'all be like, man, take that.
Where y'all getting this from? Like y'all ain't gonna get this nowhere else.
Like,
Bro.
he
He
the
giving
only
a
one that can
detailed
consistently
breakdown
pull
of
off.
the hats.
He's
It's crazy.
the only one that can consistently pull off a skin tone Dallas Cowboy hat. That ain't even his skin tone.
Damn.
Just like Dak. Dak make all the tight ends, whoever is tight end, he can make it look good.
All right.
And this hat with this running damn ball, these running backs, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just saying it looked good. If I flipped it around to the back, it'd look cool because you wasn't seeing the dents and stuff. But when you actually got to put it on display, that's the conversation that's going to be.
He said put it on display.
But that's what I'm saying. When you actually got to, listen to me. When Saquon Barkley's out there running crazy than a mug, y'all is not going to care about how many times Dak Prescott threw the ball. Y'all not going to. Because naturally, when you're getting hit with a jab, you want to do what? Jab back. Now, typically, you want to uppercut because that's where the advantage is. But that's what fighters do. When someone's straight hitting you, what are you going to do? You're going to straight hit back. So my question is, when these running backs come in here and they banging our head up against the door and all this, they beat. My question is this: can you return that back? Because at the end of the day, the running back is who's punishing your defensive line. You can't
Wes, you really just cooked too.
You can't punish no defensive line with no passing the ball. So it's like, yeah, teams might respect you, but no team is going to fear you.
Look what he just said though.
Afraid of you, bruh.
If Saquon running all over you, bro,
Nobody's
what you think you're gonna be able to do to respond to that?
Throw the ball 40 on damn second.
Bro, listen. You know how dominant the run game is. That's why we want one. Because it's gonna minimize your possessions. That's hard already. I think the best example of limited possessions was when the Wildcat was cooking. Bro, them boys was really sorry. but they can run the hell out the ball. Man, I remember Peyton trying to beat them boy, bro. He only had the ball like 3-4 times the whole game. like Peyton up there like, damn, I could just
mad as a motherfucker too.
He couldn't do nothing. It's like, bro, if I could just get in there, I'ma score. But it's like, bro, we only got 3 possessions the whole game, bro. For real, like it was challenging to even stay competitive because the run game was just dominate time and possession. Then just imagine if they scoring. If they scoring 7 and they running the ball like that with time of possession and they putting up touchdowns, man, you cook.
Don't throw pick then. Don't throw picks.
My question is this too, though. Like, bro, you're expecting to do that twice? Because listen to me. This is one thing I learned being a coach. You identify the teams you're going to play 3 times. What is that? That's 2 times in the regular season and 1 in the playoffs. The Eagles is a team you're going to play 3 times. Do you honestly think throwing the ball 40 times is a conducive way to beat them at least twice? I don't believe it is.
In a three game stretch, and 2 of them probably in Philly.
And exactly, in 2 of those games being in Philly.
Imagine going because remember
now in Dallas, you gonna have to turn on your ass for sure.
One of Philly's home games was in a blizzard last year. We are not throwing the ball in Philly like that, and the weather's fucked up.
Nope.
So imagine, damn, I just finna say, imagine if that's your key to victory, throwing the football, and then you get the weather report and you feel like a week in advance you're going to lose the game. Because you see rain in the forecast a week before the game, and you're like, fuck. You see snow in the forecast a week before the game. Fuck. You feel like you're going to lose the game.
You know what you're going to get? You're going to get Josh Allen the year he led the league in interceptions, and nobody cared. Why? Because he was throwing the ball in the red zone because they didn't have no damn running game, and it was still raining and snowing outside. But I'm going to tell you, and think about this. That's just 3. You still got to play the Kansas City Chiefs. You think you're going to play, and then you still got to play Detroit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there are teams where you're not going, like a Detroit, where they're going to continue one head, two head monster your ass with them two running backs they have. When they're doing that consistently, and your defense is on the field, even if you do pass the ball, because listen to me, I'm gonna tell you what the worst thing you can do to a defense is they ass be on the field for 7 minutes defending. Oh, we defended. Oh, they give up 3 points. Oh, praise the Lord. Your offense goes down there
30
in
seconds
two,
of game time.
3 and out.
30. Listen, even with success, offense goes down there in 3 plays, they score. Praise the gods. But guess what?
You right.
Mike, put that damn water down. You back.
I
on
gotta
the field.
get right back out there.
One play touchdown, they right back out there like shit.
You gotta listen to me. Listen to me. People be like, how is that a bad thing? It's a bad thing in the fourth quarter. You want to know why? Because now all that energy you exerted in the first, you only got one body. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're a part of a good offense is giving your defense time to breathe. They got to breathe at some point. That is the responsibility of an offense. The offense responsibility is to create opportunities for your defense to get a break. How do you do that? You got to have long drives. You cannot have long drives throwing the ball. Throwing the ball consecutively, you know what you're going to have? Drives with plays of 7 and 8, 9 plays. Whenever you hear teams that have 15 and 16 play drives, they're running the ball.
See, that's the difference. That's where we was lacking it. For us to be a real dominant offense, we need big plays in the run game. Me and Hen looked at that in the offseason.
You need to keep running.
Almost all the best offenses was getting explosive runs. We wasn't one of them, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably because of, Dak being hurt. That hurts us a lot, of course. But if we want to be one of those gangster teams that's like unstoppable, bro, we need big-time plays in the run game as well. Just imagine this. Regardless of how you feel about Dak Prescott, right, you might feel like Dak is the greatest quarterback. You might feel like he mid. You might feel like he trash. But I don't think nobody want to depend on Dak solely for every explosive play.
No.
Come on now. And look, believe it or not, that's the scenario going into the playoffs. For like the last 3, 4, 5 times, like if it is Dak or bust. And like, listen, this why, as far as explosive stuff goes.
Some CD.
No, Dak and CD is a pair. You know what I'm saying? The passing game is Dak. Dak in the passing game. So I'm giving the wide receivers their proper respect too. But I'm just saying, it's like Dak got to deliver them the ball successfully. You see what I'm saying? So it's like passing game or bust, I should say. So who the hell wants to go into the playoffs feeling like that's our only route to success?
Can I throw something out there? We said we talk about power stats and shit like that.
Go ahead.
Dallas Cowboys. Because listen, we don't get explosive plays in the run game at all. We give them up. So something that you should know, the Dallas Cowboys played an 8-man front, the 10th most in the National Football League last year. Like, we were top 10 in loading the box, and we were still top 10 in giving up explosive runs. We were 10th. We were 10th in loading the box, 8th in explosive runs. We gave up 62 explosive runs, nigga.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Before you ask a question,
it's gonna be real quick.
Hold on. Before you ask a question,
go ahead.
I have to indict somebody. I gotta indict somebody. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna put no names out there. This is a silent indictment. But when I hear stuff like that, you know what that lets me know? That means your safeties are trash, bro.
Shit.
You stole my thunder a little bit.
So
but listen,
that's why it's a silent indictment. Y'all want to do some investigation on it, y'all can do an investigation on it. But all I'm saying, if you put 8, 9 men in the box and you still can't run the box, you still can't stop, that lets me know that the free man who has no responsibility is not doing his freaking job. I don't have no safety that has a gang of tackles. My comment
was literally finna be, that means your problem is not just your defensive tackles.
Nope.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Can I throw something else out there so we talk about power stats?
What the hell are your safeties doing?
Hey, can I throw something else out there? Guess what percentage of runs between the tackles the Dallas Cowboys had to defend?
How many?
The lowest in the National Football League.
Between the tackles, they going outside on us.
Outside,
we had the highest outside run rate defended in the National Football League.
So you know what that means?
Edges.
That means your edges, and that means your corners. They're not doing
And some of your outside linebackers.
Yeah, because remember, I want to throw this out there. Your coverage responsibilities also dictate your run gap responsibilities. The flat defender 9 times out of 10 is going to be the guy with edge contain, because sometimes your corners don't have responsibilities in the run game, depending on what coverage they're playing. But every time your flat defender has to be your force.
The edge gotta set the edge, bro. If he ain't setting the edge, they gonna run outside all day long.
Can you do me a favor? Can you look at that and see what was it when 2024? Because I just feel like Dan Quinn had these boys playing a little bit better than that.
You talk about okay, I could compare it
because Jaron Kearse did have a lot of tackles.
He played linebacker.
So said because no D-Law was gone. So D-Law was gone. When D-Law was here, like, come on now, how much better was we? Because I know D-Law gets down in the run, but I mean, I don't think it was to that degree though. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a down year for D-Law, but hey, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. He can't do it alone either though. I'll say that much. He can't do it alone. That man said he was tired.
D-Law said he was not going to win no Super Bowl in Dallas and went to the Seattle Seahawks.
That man said he was tired.
He one of the few Cowboys where I've actually been to his house and actually sat on his actual couch where he sit. You know what I'm saying? So I will forever have love for D-Law. But D-Law, I mean, D-Law is a quintessential mindset of like, I think like, a little bit like this my nigga, so I can talk this. You know what I'm saying? I think D-Law should have had a little bit more appreciation for the Dallas Cowboys, bro, because
he was a little harsh. I feel like.
Thank you, bro.
I feel like he was a little harsh.
Dog, like D-Law, we loved you, dog. Like you did not have to do that going out the door. And I'm gonna tell you this: for the money, Cowboys would have probably brought him back, low key, because they love D-Law, bro.
And I'm gonna tell you this though.
I don't know what
you could say that about Dallas, but you think you're going to win one in Seattle? Sit your ass down, D-Law. I'm sorry. Like, I rise with D-Law too, but you need to sit your ass down if you think you finna win a Super Bowl in Seattle. I'm sorry.
I fuck with D-Law too, but I'm just saying, bro, D-Law was one of those dudes that, like, despite, bro, we signed him when he didn't even, he was injured, bro. D-Law literally one of the few dudes that the Cowboys just let him have his way, bro. Like, the Cowboys never tripped on D-Law. They never, bro. Never brought any. The worst thing they ever said was he ain't Von Miller or whatever they said. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, other than that, man, D-Law has always had love. They paid him $18.9 million, dog. Come on, man, D-Law, you could have a little bit more. I thought, man, I just. Hey, but listen, I get it. When the relationship's over, he cheating on you, and he had STD.
So D-Law bust out and said, "Yeah, she had bed bugs the whole time, nigga. You was sleeping in the bed."
Facts. Hey,
that just came out of blue. I just never thought it. I don't know.
But you was sleeping in the bed, but she was just dirty and nasty and had bed bugs. But you was in there every night.
You're not gonna win a Super Bowl to get signed with the Seahawks? Come on, with the Seahawks.
Your ass down. I can see if you went to the Niners or the Eagles or somebody like that.
Who the quarterbacks in Seattle? Who the quarterback?
I can't confirm or deny who the quarterback is.
Sam Darnold. All right, I got the splits though. So
let's get it.
So like I said for 2024, then I pull up 2023 to see what the difference was. All right, so 2024, outside run percentage 58.9, inside run percentage 37.1, respectively. The highest outside run percentage that we had to defend. Then we also had the lowest inside run percentage, because of that. Now 2023, last year Dan Quinn. Let's look at the same splits. Outside run percentage. Shit, look like we might be all the way down toward the fucking bottom. Hold on.
We are 32.
25th.
Wait a minute.
We went. No, I'm talking about outside run percentage. In 2023, we were 25th. Last year, we were first. So they saw something on tape where they just kept going outside. They didn't do it to that extent the year before, when we were still in a Dan Quinn defense. So I wonder if that got to do with the alignment or the front. Inside run percentage for the Dallas Cowboys in 2023, let's see, 8th. So listen, they wore out the defensive tackles when Dan Quinn was here. It was outside runs the last time because Inside run percentage in 2023 was 48.1%.
Yeah. So that sounds like it's a team defensive effort. It's
all
all
defend.
11. It's not just 11. It's all 11. You see what I'm saying?
12 because the coach in there too.
Yeah, put the coaches in that mode too. The defensive line coach, linebacker coach. Scott McCurry up out of here, right?
Put his ass
Yeah,
in there
yeah.
too.
Let's pop some bottles real quick. Let's give a round of applause because Scott McCurry ass up out of here because he been hiding for a long time, y'all. Like
Put him in there.
that man did an interview when he first got here, and then when the second interview was, like he did like 2 interviews his whole tenure. He didn't
When they
want to
introduced him.
he didn't want to fess up to all the sins he been committing, bro. Like he was terrible. Our linebacking core been horrible ever since he been the coach. So you know what they say? If it's the group, it's the coach. If it's an individual player, then it's him. Okay? If it's the whole group playing bad, that's the coach, bro.
Truth be told, your linebacker's been trashed since the Dallas Cowboys released Jalen Smith, and that's a fact. You can argue it however way you want to argue it, but since the Cowboys have not had a true middle linebacker in the middle of their defense, the running has been worse, and they don't have anybody that's tackling the way they did. Listen to me, everybody got mad at Jalen, but I said this question right there. I said, who is going to be responsible? Hey, shout out to Anthony Slater. I got you on a couple minutes with the super chat on Landlords. I said when Jalen Smith got released, I said, man, my question is this: who gonna get them 151 tackles, dog? If y'all can tell me who gonna get them 151 tackles, then y'all do whatever you want to do. But I want to know, no matter if you like them or not, who gonna get them 151 tackles? You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to go do that. Somebody got to take that trash out. You know what I'm saying? Somebody. I know nobody want to do it. Somebody got to go. Somebody got to do it. Hey, shout out to Anthony Strader. He says, man, y'all boys, I tapped into the land after watching Vosh, and we was trap. All 3 top 5 for real. Appreciate you, Anthony. That's our landlord stream.
That's what's up, man. We appreciate you, bro.
Hey,
Thanks for the support, man.
He's not one of them good old white boys. He can show you where the trap is and show you where the fish is. You feel me, man?
All right.
He got a
Let's get back to the Twilight song, man.
Yeah, let's touch at least another one because we almost at an hour now. So let's get on another topic.
No, the Cowboys was not trash with Jalen Smith. You need to go check that out.
Beyond it is another.
The Cowboys was not trash when Jalen Smith was here. That's why they had the Hot Boys. That's why y'all was running around throwing up the Hot Boy logo. Don't play yourself. Unless you've been a Cowboy fan for the last 2 years, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But if you've been a Cowboy fan for the last 20 years, then you know that is not true.
Hey, y'all, do me a favor, though. If y'all enjoying this Twilight Zone stuff right here, man, like, I think this going to be a dope show. Y'all got to give us some love, man. Hit the like button, hit the share button. We're going to come with more and more scenarios that's, possible. Just like this one. That's a good segue. Shout out to the money.
Mr.
What's his name?
Mr. No Days Off.
Money.
Mr. No Days Off. That's a hard name.
I thought that was Monday.
870. He from the way, man. That's Southern Arkansas right there.
Oh, that's why he rocking with you, because his name sound like a trap name. No Days Off. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
We might be related.
Salute
Mr.
to him.
What part of the town you from? Let me know.
What's your mama no name?
Yeah, the real question is, who's your grandma? Who your grandma?
All right.
Who your grandmama? Oh,
See, people don't know. In the South, these questions are vital. You know what I'm saying? I know in Alabama, like, you gotta know. Y'all might be related down the line somewhere. You might need to ask them questions, man.
Your grandma,
especially your granddaddy was around like that. Listen, man. Back home, if I found out that RC was your granddaddy, we can't have no conversation, baby girl. You my cousin.
All right, we saw. And then look, granddaddy probably was one of them ones too. He was a Casanova or something. He probably had all kind of cheers. Like, no, we need to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I need to know who your look. You know how on Good Kid, Mad City, I need to know where your mama stay. I need to know where your daddy stay. You know what I'm saying? When he jack Kendrick up, I need to know all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Was a Rolling Stone.
Hey, this is one of Wes's too. So this is a crazy one. Cause listen, they got Russ, they got Mr. Sierra over there. That's supposed to be the starting quarterback.
They got a white quarterback in New York.
Mama named Lucille.
Boy named Dart. Hey, when you listen to me, your parents name you Dart, you were either going to be a rock and roll star or you were going to be a famous athlete. This dude, I think he might got a little woo wop in him.
Hey,
Little woo wop.
he did play at Ole Miss. You know, I listen. I'm a little.
He's a swaggy white boy too, though. I ain't gonna lie, I like him. I don't like him in a Giants uniform, but I think he better go be better than Daniel Jones. To be honest with you, I don't believe he is.
Hey, don't say much, but you know, hey, I got a prejudice against Ole Miss quarterbacks. I do. Like, I don't think none of them niggas ain't worth a damn.
You remember Bo Wallace? Bo Wallace beat
that
my
name sound familiar.
Bo Wallace beat my little brother in the JUCO national championship, and then he went to Ole Miss the next year, and
I remember Bo Wallace, dog.
He was supposed to be Peyton Manning of. They called him the Peyton Manning of blah 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 blah.
No, he coached now. He coached in Tennessee as an offensive coordinator. He out the league, of course. Matter of fact, this fool played at Arkansas State at one point.
Ooh, okay.
That's why I remember Bo Wallace. That's why.
That name sound familiar though.
He was in Mississippi State. He was there for a year, I think. He was a transfer though. My little brother played him. We played him his sophomore year in JUCO. My little brother was at Arizona Western. He was there with Damian Williams, who should have won MVP of the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, the year the Chiefs first won. Damian Williams, the running back, had 2 touchdowns in that game. And he played with a couple other folks. Oh, he played with and then of course everybody knows my little brother's roommate was Randy Gregory.
Yep.
But yeah, far as Mr. Dart goes,
if he have a Jaden Daniels type of rookie campaign, like
if he had that type of year, the Giants will be a damn good team, and we'll be fighting them. Like, our division will be crazy. Because, like, I don't look at, I'm a little lower on the Commanders than a lot of people are. I think they're good, but, I think they need to relax a little bit. But if the Giants can get that type of performance out of him, you pair that with Malik Neighbors, you pair that with that defensive line, Abdul Carter, Burns, them boys.
Thibodeau.
Listen. We gonna be quiet. We gonna whisper this. This is the Twilight Zone. We gonna whisper this. All right.
Twilight Zone.
Listen. We don't want to speak this into it. We don't want the universe to hear us, right? So listen. That line kind of reminds you of the Super Bowl lines.
Yes, they do.
They do. You remember when they had like so many people to deploy? Like, they just sending waves of pass rushes at you, JPP, Micah Strahan. They just sending folks. They line kind of look like that.
Yeah. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Keep that on the low, though.
Because I'm the elder statesman on the show.
Did he do a dad laugh? He did a dad laugh. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I always have to bring the voice of reason. And you want to know why the boy why he's not gonna have a Jaden Daniels type of rookie season? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Week 1 at the Commanders. Week 2 at the Dallas Cowboys. Week 3, Kansas City Chiefs, first home game.
Sheesh.
Listen.
Them boys' schedule is brutal.
Listen. Week 4, Chargers come to town. Then you go week 5 to the Saints. Week 6, Philadelphia Eagles. Week 7, Denver Broncos. Listen to this.
Oh, he cooked.
Listen to this. Week 8, at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Look, time out. Stop right there.
I got to do one more.
Go ahead.
Week 9, they got the 49ers coming in. Bro, I'm going to tell you, no matter how good they are, the Giants might win one game, bro.
I was just about to say, they could be a good team and still losing. Real talk.
That is a monster,
I
bro.
can't even complain about our schedule no more. They fucking hate them.
They sent them through a gauntlet.
And you think about this. Then they play Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they play Philly.
Time out. Run that back. You just can't gloss over that. Like, you know how they be saying. You just can't gloss over that. Did you say they got Green Bay and Detroit after that?
Yes, they got Green Bay and Detroit back to back. Bro, they're the Giants.
I ain't lying, bro. They been
The Giants
They're
might
going
have
to
listen to
die.
me. The Giants, listen to me. I'm gonna tell you this right here. If he's not the dude, they're gonna tank for Eli. The young
Bruh,
boy that
listen here.
You're gonna
If they
take the boy that-
prosper out of that schedule,
they them niggas.
they gonna be number 1 in the division, boy.
And think
You
about this.
crazy.
They haven't even played. Listen, think about this though. They've only played us once. But man, listen. If you think of our schedule as monsters, bro, they have a schedule. They have a week where they're literally gonna play. They're literally gonna play the Philadelphia Eagles, the Detroit Lions, the Philadelphia Eagles, the 49ers.
They don't give a damn, man.
Their first two games. Their first two games is at Washington, at Dallas. Then you have the Chiefs. Then you have
Chiefs your home opener.
Hold on.
Chiefs for your home opener.
Hold on. You gotta say my condolences. They finna die.
The Giants season
They is in
will
trouble,
probably
buddy.
be over. The Giants season gonna be over by week 6, bro.
That's crazy work. Like, and look, I'm talking about they could play the best football they could possibly play. And out of that schedule, they probably have 1 win.
Yep. If I'm Russell, I'm trying to get. I'm
And
trying
that's
to
the
find what I
Saints.
do.
And that's iffy. Kellen Moore might pull a rabbit out the hat over there.
Oh snaps! I forgot. Kellen Moore got the Saints now.
And they got a new quarterback. They got Tyler Shaw out of St. Louis. Out of Louisville, I'm sorry.
Man.
6'5",
cooked.
big mobile white boy. They say that his comp supposed to be Josh Allen.
But
I don't
look,
know how
though,
true that is.
let's say this, though. We got to be honest. The one thing that can save them is that defense.
That defensive line,
Or
If that
Russell Wilson-
defensive line is just murdering people, because we seen them win. Like, bro, that's Giants football. Like, we hate the Giants. We just got to be honest. That's how they saw their success. It wasn't no freaking Eli Manning. Come on now.
Eli
It
did
was-
play good.
He played good down the stretch, but who got them there? Who was the
defense.
the one that deserved to hold the trophy first? It was the defense.
Hey, well, I'm gonna tell you this. The first ever Twilight that we ever did that made this show, that came with the idea with this was actually a question that what if Russell Wilson returns to his dominance? I think I'm gonna be honest with you. With this schedule that they have, there's no way they're gonna start this rookie with Russell Wilson on the schedule.
You ain't lying. They
Unless
just
Russ-
gotta stay
unless Russ
alive.
gets hurt. 'Cause
There's no way.
listen, older quarterbacks, we know older quarterbacks might not even make
They
it
a
through.
ticking time bomb.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He might wake up and step on one of his kids' toys and he be out 8 weeks.
Bro, time out. Somebody said straight hand. Bro, I forgot they had Osa Human Euro and JPP. Them boys was so loaded on the O-line, bro. They had Michael Strahan, JPP, Osa and Human Euro. Then they had, I think they might have had some more folk, bro. Them boys was super crazy on the D-line.
Defensive line, they were impeccable.
And then they weren't even a good team. They D-line was just gangsters, bro. That was crazy.
They have a monster schedule.
We swept them. We swept them that year.
In the regular season, yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
The
then
Cowboys swept them that year, and then that's the year that Romo threw the interception at the end of the game, ain't it? We was like the number 1
We
seed,
were the number 1 seed.
and Romo threw the interception, and that just ruined everything.
Chris Canty was on that line, too.
Man, that line was crazy, bro.
Former Dallas Cowboy Chris Canty.
That line was insane. That's the type of defensive line that could carry you to a championship. And look, they got something similar now.
If Abdul Carter is really who they say he is.
Like that.
Yeah.
Because you got Abdul Carter, you got Thibodeau,
He gotta
then
be.
you got
And you know,
Burns.
if you look at their schedule, you understand why they drafted
Dexter
them
Lawrence
too.
still over there too,
You
right?
understand why they drafted him. But the Giants had to draft with all the quarterbacks they about to play in that first. But they had to get a pass rusher. With that schedule, you had to. But they're playing who's who of every quarterback.
They said Strahan had about 24 sacks that year. I gotta go check that out. That's crazy.
He broke the single season record.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Matter of fact, it still stands to this day, if I'm not mistaken. Let me
See,
Google that real quick.
I don't want to see. I hope them boys don't have that kind of line, cause we in trouble. Cause we might have to throw.
With the questions, with the question marks that we have with Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele, they bet not ever. I'm sorry, it was 22.5. He had 20. It's the NFL record still.
That's crazy work.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you the Eagles. The Eagles got a monster starting off too because they got Cowboys. Then they got to go to Philadelphia. I mean, they got to go to Kansas City. So the Eagles could, if we beat
Revenge week.
Hey, do you beat?
If,
Listen
if
to
we
me.
beat them, they can start 0-2.
They can start 0-2.
But listen, if the same thing, I know this is not the Twilight Zone scenario for us. If we lose to the Eagles and the Giants are actually a good team, we can start 0-2.
Yeah, that's possible. If we come in here playing around, thinking that they just the regular old Giants that we just walk in and, just beat them, push them around like they ain't nothing. If we feel like that, we can get caught slipping.
Hey, let's do a Twilight Zone last final question before we get out of here. Okay.
Okay.
And this is a question that's gonna piss everybody off in the comment box, but hey, it's June. All right. Why question? Y'all ready?
That's a wild answer. It's
why
June.
do the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Dallas Cowboys week 1?
Because we couldn't stop the run.
I'm gonna say you can't stop Saquon Barkley.
We couldn't stop the run. That's one of the only scenarios I see. Or we have no healthy corners. It's a lot of stuff that can hinder us.
I was gonna say Saquon Barkley, Diggs, your cornerbacks aren't healthy, or they're not 100% healthy, and you can't run the ball. And you know what's crazy? All those things are possible today.
Yeah.
We play tomorrow.
If
we play that game tomorrow.
I asked you a question on why you the Twilight Zone. Why did the Eagles beat the Dallas Cowboys? And you said 3 things that are happening right now.
If we played the game tomorrow, all of those would be facts. And I mean, all of that could be 100% true. I'll say that. Because
the Cowboys, listen to me, the Cowboys have not done anything to show you that they're going to be able to consistently stop Saquon Barkley. And then 2, the Cowboys have not, we don't know what's going to happen with our corners. We don't know. We know they're out there, but we don't know if they're going to play. And listen to me, they got A.J. Brown listed as the best receiver in football. I don't know how that happened, PFF. Y'all be smoking that piff sometimes.
By PFF. But let me ask you this, though.
Spend that money with them.
We can end on a positive note for the people. Give me the scenario that the Dallas Cowboys come out victorious. What happened?
I'm going to tell you, we run the ball 30-plus times, and we keep their offense on the sidelines. That's it, bro.
I don't know if that's it.
We scored 40 points.
I don't know if that's it right now. Running the ball that much?
That ain't it, man. That ain't it.
We scored 40. They scored 39. We walk off like we did against the Atlanta Falcons back in 2020.
You think we have offense to score 40? Well, we should.
Yeah.
You're supposed to.
I really do.
This team 40 ball at this point because you got an all-pro wide receiver. You got a former top 50 pick at wide receiver 2. You got a Pro Bowl tight end. And the best trace of your running backs is that they catch the ball.
So, yeah. I look, what's so crazy about these scenarios that we win,
too.
This is what I want people to pay attention to. For all the scenarios that the Dallas Cowboys win, tell me they ain't offensive.
Yes.
Tell me they ain't offensive.
Yes.
It's no scenario that I can think of that the defense carries us to victory.
Hey, you know what's crazy, landlord? I got to interrupt you. Listen to me. Even if the Cowboys sack the quarterback 5 to 6 times, there's still a chance I believe you can still lose that game.
What?
Jalen ain't going to throw the ball number 12 times. So shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, listen to me. We're getting to the point where sacks are not going to have that big of an impact on the totality of the game. Yes, a sack stopped that play. It stopped that drive. But sacks are not, because quarterbacks are throwing so much. They're almost like interceptions. They're able to rebound back from. So just think we're about to get 10 and all these sacks. It's not going to matter anymore.
Unless it's on third down. That's the only way it matters.
The only way it matters is if it's a sack on third down or it's a turnover.
Third down, and it has to be and it needs to be in the fourth quarter. Because I'm gonna tell you this right here, Demarcus Ware gave you 90 sacks in the first half of games. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is,
I remember Demarcus Ware having one moment where he just.
That's what I expected to see from Michael. Nah, I'm just being real.
Right now.
No. We was wrong. But listen, though. We not afraid of what the research gonna tell us. That's the difference between us and a lot of people. Like, we go in, it got to be something that sparked that interest to make us get curious enough to go find the answers. You know what I'm saying? The answer, me and him was on the phone, we like, Man, it don't seem like Mike could get a lot of sacks on third, do it? Like, I don't know what happened. It's like, okay, now let's go look. That man get a whole lot of sacks on third. Most of his shit was on third. It's just, I don't know what it is.
It just don't
like,
feel like it.
Yeah, it don't feel like it for some reason. I don't know.
The impact, I'm gonna tell you why, because the Cowboys are like we're either really, really up or we're really, really down. So it's like the sack is either clouded by the fact that you're up by 20, or it's clouded by the fact that you're down by 14, 15 points. And you're
We
not
should have had the stat actually here. I know you looked it up. We should have really gave them the number.
We should.
If you could find it real quick. Cause we was baffled. Cause he ain't felt me though. Like I don't know who brought the question about, but we was like, bro, it don't feel like he do a lot on third. But he was wrong.
You know what's crazy? The NFC East could have 3 teams that possibly make the playoffs or possibly could make the playoffs, and then the Giants just be a better team that they are, but they have the hardest season. I don't know a team that has a harder schedule than that.
Shout out to Mo Money, cause he
That
right.
means them. Listen, division games are not gonna be gimmies no more. Because if the Giants before the Giants play us a second time, they would have already played the Chiefs, bro.
Right.
How afraid of the Cowboys can you play if you've already played the Chiefs and the Eagles twice?
Yeah.
Micah got the holding calls. A lot of those plays wouldn't even happen.
Micah did deserve a lot more holding calls. Hopefully he done made a peace treaty with the refs or something, because they got to quit. They got to chill out.
It'd be egregious.
It's getting ridiculous.
That man listen, my grandson is into wrestling. Like, I be seeing finishing moves from Monday Night Raw being put on Michael Parsons. They got that nigga
and they just turn their head. They ain't even
clutch,
looking out.
full Nelson, arm bar. They going crazy. Oh, my God.
They ain't paying no attention to this man.
And I'm gonna tell you, Micah Parsons, it's Micah just has to go through it though. It's like the Hacker Shack. You know what I'm saying? Great players always get certain things amended to them because lesser players can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. They're not gonna change a whole rule for you, and they're not gonna just like overly throw a flag for you. So you just got to be greater. That's just what I
just wish they was balanced though, Wiz. That's my only problem. It's like they call like let any of our offensive linemen move 1 inch, they throwing the flag on us. See, that's what I don't like. Like, we got evidence showing that which one of them tackles on the Eagles, bro, he was offsides almost every time. And they never called it. Like, he'll get a jump start on every play almost, bro. And they never called it. But if you are O-lineman on the Cowboys, if you make one false move, your ass getting a flag.
Yeah, but the Cowboys can't be looking at college and flags too, though. They be getting guys that be having injury history. They be having flag history.
You got a flag history. That's great.
Crazy. Flagenstein. Yo, so they got Micah for last season listed, because I'm looking at his the film. So they got him listed for 11 sacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the mugs came on third down. So about half of his sacks last year was on third down. Yeah. Third and 10 sack against Deshaun Watson. 3rd and 17 sack against Jalen Hurts. 3rd and 5 sacks against Drew Lock. 3rd and 12 sack against your boy Bryce Young. 3rd and 3 sack against your boy Jaden Daniels. And remember, Michael Parsons missed a lot of time last season. That's why there's
a gap.
Huge gaps in some of these.
So what? The only way our feelings can match with these results is if maybe the game wasn't competitive when he got them. That's the only way I can see this happening and working. Because I felt the way in my heart, right? But then the stats said different. So
let me tell
that's
you.
That's the only way I can feel like it's possible.
It was 7-3 when Michael Parsons sacked Deshaun Watson on third down.
How are you getting this information?
That's
God damn, I would pay that $9.99 for wherever you getting this at, Henny.
That's gangster right though. He did a good job.
7-3. The Eagles were up by 4 points, and he got the sack on third and long against Jalen Hurts.
That's gangster.
All right, let's move along. Move along to the next third down one. Drew Lock was sacked on 3rd and 5. We were up. We were up 20-10 when he got that sack. So there's 2.
Who the hell? Wait a minute. Who the hell Drew Lock play for? I'm sorry.
The Giants.
I forgot.
Giants.
Oh, the Giants. Okay. Shit.
Yeah, backup quarterback.
Them boys got a turnstile at quarterback. Who knows?
All right. We were up huge against the Panthers. It was a 20-point game when he sacked Bryce Young. So that I understand that one. And then when he sacked Jaden Daniels, it was a tie game, 0-0.
I mean,
Marcus Ware.
some of those, it makes sense why we feel that way, I think. I'm sorry. I think it makes sense. Because some of the games was out of proportion. You know what I'm saying? The Panthers game, who cares? You know what I'm saying? But we do got the other games where it was close. So it makes sense.
And also, we're only looking at third down sacks.
Yeah, we only looking at third down sacks.
Because you know, you get sacks. If you get sacks on and really it just depends on what you do after you get the sack. Because if you get a big sack on first down and they lose 10 yards and it's 2nd and 20, if you force the punt, that was an impactful sack. If they get the first down, we don't really give a damn, right? You know, and it's not really fair because Micah made plays. He could have even been in position to make the play again. He just getting choked out.
Somebody else probably was lacking. He made his play and somebody was lacking.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you something too that will also help Micah Parsons out. And this is a reach, but it is actually something that makes sense. Cowboys can stop the run. That means teams will throw the ball more on first downs. When you are able to stop, they know you're not going to stop the run, they're going to run the ball on first down. Why? Because it gives them a short second down, and then they can throw for a short third down. No team wants to be in 3rd and 5. Team wants to be in 3rd and 3s and 3rd and 2s so that they can then run the ball on 3rd down. Cowboys we have to at least establish the fact or have it. The league has to at least. This mindset that we can just run on the Dallas Cowboys, that has to change. That has to change because that is the mindset for teams that come against the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody feels they're gonna have their best running game against the Cowboys. So guess what? They don't throw the ball on first. Teams are only throwing the ball when they have to.
You just opened up a can of worms. Because when you said that, how the hell is Micah still getting sacks and everybody run on us? Like, it's really, you might need to put a little more respect on that limb.
Listen,
you might need to put y'all know I'm not the Michael Parsons dude that got pom-poms and stuff. I'm being fair. That's what I be. Like, hey, I hold him accountable if I felt differently. But I'm looking at it like, shit, if everybody running against us and he's still getting sacks, that might be impressive. Like,
impressive as hell.
Low-key, he cooking, ain't it? Like, he might be cooking low-key. I don't know.
So, listen, just for reference, because we're talking about the run defense in totality. Listen, don't even look at 2020 because Michael Parsons wasn't on the team. Since Michael Parsons has been in the league, the pass defense has been 16th, 22nd, 16th, and 30th. You ain't even had a top 15 pass rushing defense since Michael Parsons has been in the league. And he still got over 50 sacks. He still got over 50 sacks in 4 years. And teams can just run the ball against the Dallas Cowboys at will. So you're right. Like, we might actually need to give that man more respect for what the hell he's doing, because it's not like he even get a whole bunch of pass rushing opportunities.
That's a fair assessment though. Real talk. And I don't mind being critical on people.
So,
I want my team to prosper. So if anybody in the way of that, they can get this smoke. I promise you, they can get this smoke.
We got time for one more because this dude tie into Michael Parsons.
Go ahead, man. We gonna leave at 30 because I gotta go.
I understand. I appreciate y'all for rocking because I'm actually enjoying this shit.
Me too. Y'all hit the like button, hit the share button for the squad, man. We appreciate y'all.
Hold on, let me find it first. Make sure I got it. Okay, there it go. We in Twilight.
You unlock this door with the...
All right. So, we're in the Twilight Zone. Remember, I heard from this man brother. His brother told us, hey, man, I'm going to play some more linebacker this year. And then we got the supposed linebacker whisperer and Matt Eberflus coming to town. So let's say that Michael Parsons does play some more linebacker this year. And he just gets to rush the pass on 3rd down, but he's doing linebacker stuff 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd and short. What if Matt Eberflus turned Michael Parsons into an all-pro linebacker? He's already an all-pro pass rusher. But what if he turned Michael Parsons into an all-pro linebacker? What would that mean for your defense and your ability to compete?
We'll financially we'll save some money on them because all pro linebackers don't get paid like all pro defensive ends. So Jerry would probably be happy with that. You know what I'm saying? You got there has to be some. It's a yin and a yang effect. You can't have the yin without that yang. You know what I'm saying? They say you drink enough wang and it make your wang hard though. But I'm just saying.
Wait a minute.
That yang,
Hold on now.
You know what they say? You got to drink that green tea, make your wang hard. You know what I mean?
I'm drinking green tea right now.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Y'all boy dangerous.
With a hint of honey.
But listen though, far as
I'll make your wang hard.
I ain't gonna lie, I think that might be one of the best scenarios for Michael. But we heard Eberflus say that he gotta move him around though. Eberflus did say he gotta move him around. And I think that's the most effective Mike had always been. But for some reason, Dan Quinn got stagnant. I don't know if what you call him? What's his name?
Whenever y'all say linebacker, all pro, great linebacker, I think of
Zimmer. Zimmer didn't really get stagnant with Micah though. I don't think.
Zimmer didn't even unpack his clothes. Like he still had boxes in the living room, bro. The dude was here 9 whole months.
But when you think about it though, like we still like, okay, I'm gonna ask y'all this and I'm done. I'm gonna ask y'all this and I'm done. Are we still waiting on Micah to be used right?
Possibly. If you
man, y'all answer that question in the chat, bro. Because if we are, we crazy.
Listen,
like, are we still? This is year what?
5.
We all understand and feel the same way that Michael Parsons, because he's a hybrid in my opinion. He's not a defensive end. He's not a linebacker. He's in the middle. He's more defensive end than linebacker in my opinion. Okay, but he built like a linebacker though. Mm-hmm. So, of course, he got to be split up. It's not advantageous to your team to keep putting him in the same spot, running up against these 250-pound tackles all game. So if that's the case, if we can all collectively agree to that, right? If we can all collectively agree to that, why in the hell is he been sitting at the same defensive end spot for the majority of his career at the Cowboys, bro? We seen him moved around a little bit. Like, a little bit. We still ain't seeing this. Oh, my God. Make the quarterback check and see what the hell Micah at every single play. Like, we ain't seen that, bro. So you mean to tell me after all these goddamn years that Micah still ain't been used correctly? That what you telling me? I need the chat and y'all to answer me that question, bro. I really do.
I'll tell you this, dog. Yes. I'll tell you this, dog. If you believe one of the reasons that Michael Parsons wears down at the end of the season is because he's been taking too much contact, trying to defend the run from the defensive end spot, then you could say that. You know what I'm saying? You can say that if you feel that way. But, it's also going to depend on how good you think Michael Parsons, the linebacker, is. Now, if you think that there's a huge drop-off between what Michael gives you with playing linebacker, between what he gives you playing defensive end, I understand why you don't move him around that much. Because, listen, I love it because in this scenario, he's an all-pro linebacker. He making plays. He done got a pick 6. He done got 130 tackles. We know that playing linebacker is hard as a motherfucker. Especially you playing middle linebacker. If you listen, Wes say this all the time. If Michael Parsons was a legitimate middle linebacker, you wouldn't give a fuck about Michael Parsons. Job is born.
Nope. You wouldn't buy his jersey. You wouldn't
give a fuck about it.
How many? Listen, I'm gonna ask you a quick question. How many career sacks does Michael Parsons have right now?
52.
52. If we had to say who's arguably the best middle linebacker or linebacker of our good generation, you say Ray Lewis, right? He had 41 career sacks. 41.
He played 50,000 years a day.
40
Salute to the big time show in the building.
He made 41 career sacks. I'm telling y'all, man. If you move Parsons to a real middle linebacker, you're not gonna like it. All
right, this is a flip scenario, real quick, right? Do y'all think it's any inkling of a chance, even one iota of a chance, that Micah had something to do with that?
What, not playing linebacker?
Yes. Because what if he was like I'm getting sacks now. Screw this linebacker shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that defensive end bag. Do you think that's because like we can blame the team and the defensive coaches all we want to?
That's
but
a $20 million difference.
Behind the scenes, it could have been Michael pushing that too, though. So who knows? What y'all think?
There's a $20 million a year difference between the highest paid linebacker and the highest paid pass rusher. If Michael Parsons did, he did the right thing. I'm all about black man getting the bag. Yes,
I want him to get paid, but I want the best for my team too, bro.
It's too late. Has he been practicing being a linebacker the last 5 years?
I feel like he well behind the 8 ball, but I'm just trying to see what happened. I'm just trying to see what happened.
That's all I'm saying. Like I don't know how many video games you played, but there's some games you can make decisions. You can choose A or you can choose B. Like he chose the path of the pass rusher.
Of the paper. The paper path. He chose the path of the paper. And I'm preaching in here today, man. What my church meeting?
And I don't blame him because listen, Michael Parsons, the pass rusher, is a top 5 player in the National Football League.
He is, and we can't take that away from him. But is that the best for the Cowboys?
My question is what does the tape say? Show me the tape of Micah Parsons playing linebacker, and if it's better than the tape of him playing defensive end, then I'm with it. But I'm going to tell you this right now. When I think about Micah Parsons, the linebacker, I remember year 1, week 1 versus Tom Brady and Gronk, and they did not look good. That boy, Gronk had 2 touchdowns on him before the Cowboys was like, nope, how about we just pass rush him? Listen to me. Michael Parsons going backwards looks weird. That looks weird. Y'all know it looks weird. And then I'm gonna tell you the thing that sucks about Michael Parsons is this. If you make Michael Parsons a middle linebacker, real middle linebacker, that means he's going to have to cover at times, right? Mm-hmm. Imagine a time where a tight end catches a 10-yard pass on Micah Parsons, but y'all mad at the fact that Micah Parsons wasn't rushing the passer to stop the pass in the first place.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what happens.
That's the dilemma
that happened in the Packers game. We ain't got to think about it.
It's like, why didn't Micah get him? Because
they dropped Micah in coverage one play.
In coverage.
They dropped Micah in coverage one play against the Packers, and it was like a 20-yard completion.
Bro, it
wasn't on Micah, but he wasn't rushing the pass.
It feel dumb not letting Micah rush. Now, it feel like you're stupid for not doing it.
Landlord, if you're a quarterback and you see Micah Parsons drop back in coverage, what are you saying? I got time.
Yeah, because we didn't have no more horses at defensive end at the time. I think we got some people now. And, like, shout out to, who said that? Tyrone Church. Yeah. The best game I ever seen Michael play at linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys was against the Vikings. And he was a madman. He was playing like his hair was on fire. He was smacking every running back, trying to catch the ball and coming out the backfield. It was a no-go for Michael when he played that role. But if we think about how this came about, y'all know the only reason Michael went to defensive end was because D-Law got hurt.
He got hurt.
His rookie year. And then it was just like, wow, this dude could really rush the passer. And he never stopped rushing the passer again. So if D-Law would have stayed healthy, Mr. Screw the Cowboys, Mr. I'm tired, Mr. Lawrence, I'm tired. If you would have stayed healthy, we probably would have just had a dope-ass linebacker Micah Parsons right now.
The Cowboys were trying to use Micah Parsons to get out of Jalen Smith's contract, which they did. The only issue, what burned them, is the fact that D-Law got hurt at the same time. And Micah Parsons he's not omnipresent, so he can only be at one place at one time. If the Dallas Cowboys knew that DeMarcus Lawrence was going to be out, Jalen Smith probably would have still been on his team because they still needed a middle line. They still needed someone in the middle playing the middle linebacker. You know what I'm saying?
Then think about this. Which position can affect the game the most? I know you can pass rush it, but if you're not getting sacks, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing as a defensive end? You could be pressuring the quarterback from the linebacker spot. You could be covering stuff. You could be, you know what I'm saying? It's a multitude of things you could be doing. You could be stopping the run. You could be doing a lot of stuff. Like,
and
I think
the middle linebacker make the defensive adjustments.
Calls, yeah. So he could be really helping the game out a lot. That's why I had to ask that question. And it kind of fell on deaf ears because we know Michael Parsons is a freaking superstar at pass rushing. But is that what's best for the Cowboys, though? That's my question. Because, look, right this second, what day it is, June the 26th, 2025, I feel like I'm very confident in my pass rushes on the outside, excluding Michael Parsons. So if I could get Micah in his real element, and I got Sam on the left and Foul on the right, or Ease on the left or the right, like, I'm ecstatic right now. I feel like them boys can hold their own. I feel like they can flourish on the outside with Micah coming out there. Then you can have Micah at linebacker and have him coming off the same side as Sam or the same side as Fowler, just causing havoc and terror.
Well, you know what? But when I tell you, I'm gonna have to be the elder statesman on the show and hit y'all with some of that real deal, man. Mike is about to get paid, so I ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
Let's do it once he get paid then.
But that's the thing. You're not going to diminish his role. Once they pay him, the Cowboys want him to do more. Micah going to be kicking the ball once he get paid. What is he talking about?
Micah going to be the long snapper and everything.
Never paid someone.
They're going to pay Michael Parsons to cut Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah. The Cowboys ain't never paid someone and told you could do less. Never. Never. They going to pay you and be like, all right, can you think you can kick, Mike? Because we got to try to save $4 million. Why? Because you getting 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I said, like, Cowboys, what they really need to do at the middle linebacker is develop somebody, man. Just develop somebody. And you want a guy that could be your middle linebacker for 10, 12, 13 years, man. You know what I'm saying? Like go develop somebody. You know, teams with young middle linebackers, unless they first-round picks, bro, they defense ain't good. I'm just being honest.
You could be way more versatile with Michael, too.
Young, your defense probably not good. Let me be honest with you.
That's the reason we ain't using them right. Because if he was at linebacker, he could be all over the field. He could be
not middle linebacker on an outside line. Listen, if you're a middle linebacker, you have a responsibility. That's why, and that's why I'm telling. Like, if you move, the only linebacker position Micah could really play is like an outside or an outside linebacker or a weak side linebacker. Because if he's playing middle linebacker, he's literally you guys are gonna hate him because he's gonna be standing there doing this.
They already don't like Micah because sometimes they feel like he ain't getting sacks or doing too much effectiveness on the outside. It might not be true, but people feel how they feel when they watch the games and watch the film.
And then also my question to this, and this is my last thing, I'm gonna say this too. Micah Parsons' body is built to sack quarterbacks, not to tackle running backs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if Micah's gonna be playing full-time middle linebacker, he got to put some weight on. Period.
So if Micah 10, like this the closing statement. If Micah 10
slamming his ass.
If Micah 10 at pass rush, what will he be as a linebacker?
As a whole linebacker?
6.
See, I think that's why average.
So I guess y'all answer my question in saying that I guess it's not what's best for the team then.
Yeah, because this is Twilight Zone for a reason. Like,
this question is Micah Parsons better at linebacker than Roquan Smith? No. Is he better? I'll tell you this. Is he better at linebacker than that boy Kansas City got that don't nobody know who he is?
Nick Bowden.
Yes. At middle linebacker? No, I don't believe so.
Playing linebacker, no. He a better player because of what he does, but playing the actual position of linebacker, no. At least he hasn't shown it because he doesn't play it enough.
Well, no, you wouldn't. So I'm gonna tell you, in a contract year, he's sacking. Listen to me. If they pay they pay Micah this year, he's getting 20 sacks. Period.
Hey man, I enjoyed this, man. Hey, I need y'all to support this.
You're not getting out of the linebacker position.
Listen, if y'all enjoy these type of shows, man, the only way we know is for y'all to tell us by hitting that like button, hitting that share button, helping, donating to the channels and supporting. Like, that's the only way we know if we need to make sure we do these more often. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all enjoy this type of stuff, man, leave some comments after the show. You know, do whatever you can to say, hey, landlord, hey, HTM, hey, West Coast, we enjoy this, do it more. So make sure y'all support, man. Support the show, support the content creators. We independent for a reason. The only way we can talk like this, the only way we can perform like this and say the things that we say is because we independent. If y'all want us to keep our independence and keep giving it to y'all as real as possible, hey, y'all got to support, man.
Hey,
we appreciate everybody that's been here with us and that's rocking with us too, man. We couldn't do this without you.
I gotta say one thing before I get out of here, right? Because I see this so many times. I see Hector Colin, not trying to point you out, but that's a dumb statement that was made famous. When people say that a linebacker is making tackles 10 yards from the ball, I say no duh, because linebackers don't play on the line of scrimmage. Linebackers play 7 to 8 yards off the ball. So if he's making tackles 10 yards from the ball, that means he did his job, because that's where he's standing at. So does anybody in the comment box need me to bring that back? Because I see a lot of dumb statements in the football sphere that get said so many times that people just think it makes sense now. Oh my God, if you say that any linebacker, oh yeah, he made 150 tackles, but 10 yards, but how many of those tackles were 10 yards away from the line of scrimmage? Oh well, shit, hopefully all of them. Why? Because that's where he plays at. You got to remember, there's a defensive line in front of him who's supposed to stop those before they even get to him. Then there's a safety 15 yards behind him. So who's in between them at the 10 and 8 yards? The linebackers, duh. So yes, Jalen Smith making 157 tackles, 10 yards away from the line. That's what made him an All-Pro. That's what made him a Pro Bowler. You're right. That's why he was making $14 million.
All right, y'all. I got a dip. My grandkid over here. I'm finna spend some time with the family. I
He ain't
enjoyed
over
the
there
show.
getting whooped by a kid. I knew it.
Nah, I just gonna go hang out with my little one. I don't see this one enough.
He's just trying to keep track of him with that eye.
Yes, hey, you see, I'm parenting.
you know how dads and grandfathers keep the church, and we like, hey, we listen for a noise.
Misplays.
Hey, sit down in
I
there.
got to say this last thing now. My question is this: if Jalen Smith misplays and had 157 tackles, that means your defensive line did what?
Yeah, well, all right.